Now in part 3 we are going to see for or look for the solid liquid mixtures, the method of separating solid liquid mixtures. But before moving on to that, these are the methods, but before moving on to that, I just wanted to tell you the terms which are related with the separation methods, that is solute and solvent. Now for example, we have a mixture of sugar and water, that is a sugar solution in which sugar which dissolves, which dissolves in the water, is a solute, which is always in a solid form, and liquid, that is water, which dissolves the sugar, is a solvent. So solute and solvent are the two terms that we are going to talk in this particular separation methods. Now solid liquid mixtures are being separated by three different simple methods which you can see over here. There are many more, but in this slide we are going to talk about these three methods. So the first method is very simple, that is sedimentation process, and these all methods are generally used. You might have seen nowadays in rainy season the drinking water which comes, or even the water which you use for different tasks during a day, you might be finding out it's a muddy water coming. Why? Because of the rainy season. In muddy water, again there are two types, two forms, two terms which we talked just now, that is a solute and a solvent. The mud which is dissolved in the water is the solute and the water is the solvent. So the first process, that is sedimentation, where you can see that there are some insoluble impurities at the bottom, that is sand. We have seen that sand is heavier, so it settles at the bottom. In a beaker, if you take a solution of water and sand, the sand, as it is heavy, it settles at the bottom, and the liquid, that is water, remains at the above surface. So this is how they both are being separated, forming two different layers, and we obtain a clear water at the upper surface of the beaker. This process is known as sedimentation. Now the next process, that is decantation, is related with the same process, that is sedimentation. Once the two layers are being formed, the lower layer, that is of the layer of sand, it is known as precipitate, which is settled at the bottom and which is heavy. Now this above layer of water is being separated out in other utensil or other beaker. The clear water is being separated. So just pouring out gently without shaking it, we pour the upper surface of water into other utensil, is known as decantation. Then the next process is filtration. Now even after sedimentation and decantation process has been done, there are some soluble particles which remains. Some impurities are still there in the water. So for removing that soluble impurities, or very fine insoluble solids, we can say, which we cannot see by naked eyes, this can be separated out by the next method, that is filtration. In this, a filter paper is being used, which is made, a cone of a filter paper is being made, and then it is placed in the funnel, as it is placed in the assembly which you can see over there. A beaker is being kept, above it a funnel is being attached, inside it a filter paper is being placed, and the impure water which we obtain after decantation process is being poured. Whatever insoluble impurities are present in the water, that gets filtered. Whatever solid things are present, get trapped in the filter paper, and the liquid which is obtained after filtration is known as filtrate. That is, it can be the clear water. Then the next process is evaporation. Now this is very simple process, evaporation process. In the diagram you can see that a wire gauze is being kept below the evaporating basin. Basin means what? It can be anything. It can be a china dish, as we have used it earlier in one of our experiment. The same way, china dish is being placed on the wire mesh, so that it does not come in contact directly with the burner which we are using to heat up. Then this evaporation process is mostly done with the salt solution for separating salt from water. On a large scale, it's been done in the outer atmosphere where salt is being separated from the ocean water which is salty. Okay, so this is a very easy task where the solid is being separated out from the liquid by evaporation process. Okay, so this is being done by the process of evaporation. The salt is being separated from the water. Then the next process is distillation. Distillation is a process by which a mixture is separated by heating a solution and condensing using a cooling tube. Now, here before we move on to this process, I just wanted to tell you about condensation. Now, what is condensation? It is a process in which the vapors that have been formed after the evaporation process comes in contact with a cold surface, gets converted into liquid. This process is known as condensation. Okay, so this condensation process occurs in this, or condensation and evaporation simultaneously takes place in this process, that is known as distillation. Okay, so you can see the assembly which is being placed over here. A round bottom flask is being put in which we have salt water. A burner is being kept below that which keeps on boiling the water. Okay, you can see two coming out from the middle thing. A condenser is being kept. A condenser is being attached to the round bottom flask. In the middle part of it, you can see a thin tube which is present. That is a tube which has cold water present in it, which keeps on flowing. You can see an inlet which gives the cold water inside and an outlet which gives out the hot water which is being done. So in this particular assembly, what actually happens is the salt water gets evaporated, starts boiling, and the water which is present in the salt water solution starts converting into gases. These gases, when passed through the condenser, comes in contact with the cold water, and these vapors of the water gets converted into liquid and is collected into the conical flask which is kept at the other end of the assembly, and this is how the pure water is being obtained. Okay, all of you have understood what is distillation process. So this process is actually used, or the distilled water is a pure form of water. This distilled water is mostly used in laboratories for preparation of medicines. Even we use it in science laboratories for carrying out different experiments. As it is free from impurities. It is also used in batteries, okay, car batteries and other ways. Okay, our next method is centrifugation method, which is very commonly used at our home. You might have seen your mother churning milk. Okay, she churns the milk to obtain two useful things. After churning of milk, we obtain buttermilk and butter. Okay, and both of them have different densities. One is more thicker, other is less thicker. So both of them are being separated by using centrifugation method. In earlier days, it was being used by the wooden plank which was being rotated in the solution, and then it was being separated. But nowadays we have mixers to do the same thing. So these all are the methods of separating solid liquid mixtures.